Good morning, YouTube. It's Kate. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a day off. I have a rest day today, so we're going to use it to our advantage. And over Memorial Day weekend, my husband and I didn't have the best communication on sales, so we accidentally bought $300 worth of Rule 1 supplements. So we have a lot of supplement containers, BCAAs, pump, pre-workout, a couple new proteins. I also bought like a sample pack of proteins from Clean Simple Eats so that I could try them out for creamies, because I've been really enjoying some protein creamies lately. So today our goal is kind of like a kitchen clean out. We're going to redo our pantry, clean it all out, run over to the at-home superstore that we have and get some really nice containers, because we have some containers in there, but they're just not working for us right now. So we're gonna find a system that works for us, kind of walk you through it. But first I'm gonna eat my super yummy breakfast. It's a rest day, so I get to have a lot more like food freedom because I'm at home, so I can kind of mess around with my food within my macros. My carbs are going up, they're pretty high. My protein's still pretty high. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. French toast for breakfast today, yay. And then, yeah. So let me show you what our pantry looks like now. And you can kind of see what it's like living with two bodybuilders in one house. Also, if you're new here, my name is Kate. I'm a bodybuilder. Be sure you follow me on Instagram at Lyrical Fit Chick so you can follow along through my reverse. And then also as I go into the off season to prep for my next round of shows. I don't know when, where, what, but welcome to my chaotic life as a mom, nurse, bodybuilder. Okay, so here is what we are working with in our pantry. It is not the most convenient of pantries, I will say. I really, really wish I had a walk-in pantry. Also, like, the door opens this direction and the kitchen's over here. Like, it just doesn't make sense. But anyways, so here is the chaos that is our pantry. I tried to like reorganize it a couple months ago. You can see it's like all the acrylic bins. I went to TJ Maxx and just like raided them. So there's like a little bit of organization, and then we just kind of overflowed it and it just doesn't work for us anymore. The other thing that really works is like our pills back there are all in containers. So that's really easy when we do our pills, but then just like supplements just don't really work. Like these Buff Chick supplements fit perfectly in here, but and then the little Rule ones, but when we use like these ones, we have to kind of turn it. These have like sticky grips on the bottom, so it's just kind of annoying. I have all my samples in these ones. We have just like a random assortment of cans back there, cans up here. Our bread bin down here, there's some cereals, and then just like our overflow supply of supplements and proteins, dog food, drinks. So it's just not working out for us anymore. So the plan for today is I'm going to take every single thing out of here and organize it on the table by group. And then we're going to go to the at-home superstore and get containers that will actually work and function better for our lifestyle. Also, like, one of the biggest hopes I can get from like going through this too is I have like so many things that I've bought for like cravings that I have. For example, this rice-a-roni was like a staple of my childhood. What my mom used to do is we would get the bag salad and then a box of rice-a-roni, just the chicken flavor, and then a rotisserie chicken from Safeway, and that would be our dinner. And it was just one of those like childhood memories that I really enjoy, so I want to bring that back. So by going through my pantry, I can see the things that I bought on like when I was in prep and I was just craving things, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy this for like after prep. I'm gonna buy this for after prep, and then I've just kind of forgotten about it. So I'm hoping we can go through all the stuff that I have in here and then make meals off of the foods that I have, so I don't continue to buy new foods and create the chaos that's in here. Like, I have rice-a-roni, I've got hamburger helper in here. Like, I want to try different foods now that I have like room to kind of maneuver through my meal preps during the week. When I was in prep, I was very strict on not changing up my foods because I didn't want to have like I wanted to have control over everything that I was eating, so that way we didn't accidentally bloat or I didn't accidentally have some like digestion issues. These were foods that like I didn't know if would cause me digestion issues, so I didn't want to incorporate them into my prep. But now that we are in a reverse diet and we're post-show and we're bulking, we're heading into a nice lean bulk, I can have a little bit more food freedom. Okay, so this is kind of like all the food stuffs that we've got out. And then everything that's on the kitchen counter over there, is things that will probably stay in the same containers, like our pills, Ziplocs, the bread basket, cereal, things that we don't need to change the organization on. This is all the things that we need to change the organization on and also like sort through. So let me just kind of show you what we got and then how we're gonna fix the problem. Yeah. So over here is kind of all the supplements we have. We've got all of our Rule 1 with BCAAs, and then we have like random pre-workouts, random containers, creatines, proteins, buff coffee, more protein, all of my buff chick. I prefer buff chick. My husband prefers Rule 1. He is also an Axe and Sledge athlete, but we have not had like a restock of our favorite flavors in a while, so we don't have a lot of those. Back here we've got protein, 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 and then the best thing about these big containers is we'll reuse them. So this is oatmeal, brown rice, white rice. So these are all of my favorite American Dream nut butters. They're layered peanut butter, almond butter, cashew butter. They're just kind of fun butters that are also very macro friendly. And then we've got peanut butter powder, almonds, all the rice cakes in the world. When I was on my mashed potato kick, we got the Costco pack of these, and I just don't like the home style, so I'm slowly working through those. All of the tuna cans. This is the sign that I needed to tell me that I should incorporate some pasta into my diet. We use so much pasta. And then there's all the Jellos, sugar-free pudding mixes for creamies. And then we just had like a lot of random cans. Like I didn't know we had sliced pears. We've got garbanzo beans. I always keep chicken noodle soup in the house for when we're sick. Pop-Tarts for workouts. And then all of our little drink mixes, because we are a big Crystal Light Zip Fizz family. And then over here is all of our things that will probably stay in these bins. We just have to kind of organize them and go through them and see what we actually need to keep. so we're back from the store and it wasn't as great as I thought it was gonna be. I do have a little bit of like anxiety shopping, especially for like things with my husband, because sometimes like his ideas don't match my ideas, or like what I'm trying to portray is just like not getting across. So it was actually kind of super stressful. Plus we had our toddler, so it wasn't as, I don't even know the word I'm going for here, but we didn't really find what we were looking for. What we really need to do is like build a custom pantry. So we got some things that will help us in the meantime. Our biggest problem right now is this space in here, and the lighting's kind of weird because it's also like stupid dark in here. So we need to get like a light for like up here that will just like turn on like when we open the door, kind of a thing. And then the shelves heights are weird. So this shelf and this shelf are the same size. This shelf is like 2 inches taller. There's a shelf that and then goes to the floor, but that has like a baseboard around it because they baseboarded inside. And then we have like all the way the space up at the top of the pantry, but you can't like, you only have like a 15-inch gap to get through, so like you can't put another shelf up there because you have to be able to like not hit the door frame kind of thing. So it's all about like vertical space and like cutting them in half, like the space in half. So our big problem is like between all of our supplements, like finding the right size. So like, for example, our Rule 1 pre-lift and our Rule 1 aminos, they're different sizes. So one is slightly taller than this one. So it's hard to like stack them evenly because the height's not always gonna be the same. And then also if we were to buy like 2 shelves, like we would like, so you could like pull them out or something, the heights are different. So you have to like make sure like the aminos are always on the bottom or this one's always on the top, or vice versa, or like this one was just like a ½ inch too tall. So like what we really need is like on the back wall to have just like 6 inches come out from the wall. Like cut this shelf in half and have a second one like right here where it's just like a little halfy shelf. So you can have like things sitting here, but then also sitting up here, but you can still reach it and like make it go all the way across, because we have so many like things like canned foods that we cannot for the life of us figure out how to store canned foods. Like I just can't figure it out. And I want to make use of vertical space. Like that is something I always hear in organizational videos. Vertical space is like the best thing. So how do we do that? What we really need is to redo this whole thing. Just kind of like tear it out and then rebuild it. We've lived here for 7 years. These shelves are scratched and stained and dinged. So in reality, what we need to do is just redo it. But in the meantime, we did find a couple things that I think are going to work for us. One of them is this shelf here. It's actually a drawer, and it's supposed to like go underneath your sink. But this gives us a little bit of the extra height so we can use the vertical space, but then also still have like a drawer in the bottom. And then I went to the Dollar Tree and I bought organizational small bins to put into the drawer. So that way we can keep the drawer organized of little things, such as like protein powders, or maybe I can use this as like a little supplements drawer. And we'll use that. So we got 2 of those because there was only 2 of them in black, and we want to keep it like black, white, clear themed. The other item we got is this under shelf basket. We do need to order more of these because we found that this will actually work really well on that bottom shelf, the one that's between the floor and the bottom, just to kind of hang things up, and then we can fit 3 across, but there was only 1 of them there, so I do need to order 2 more of these, and that'll go across and that'll hold like all of the reusable bags. We could put extra cereals in here because we always get like the Costco size cereal, so it never fits into our cereal containers. We always have the extra, so like our overflow bulk can go into these, our drinks can go into these, and just kind of stay underneath the shelf. So in the meantime, that's probably what we're gonna do for organization, keep everything in their bins. The other thing I do want to do is for this top shelf, this will be like the shelf that's more like our bulk stuff throughout the house. So paper towels, cling wrap, Ziplocs. We did recently transition into reusable Ziplocs. We still have like a hefty load of Ziplocs from our Costco haul. Tin foil, things like that, things that I don't really like need, but can keep out of reach and kind of hidden. I'm gonna go to Michael's and get those like $6 wooden crates that are pretty hefty and just store them up there for now. So that's where like our bulk and overflow will go. And then pantry food here. Keep our supplements here because it is our most used item that we use. So it's something that we can like kind of just reach in and grab. So that'll be on the second shelf. This bottom shelf is going to be all of our big tubs. So all of our big tubs of protein. All of our protein I think I'm just going to hoard down here so that way it's separated from like our BCAAs and our supplements. And then our rice and oats, the things that are in larger containers, can stay down here. Another thing that we need to do, because we are planning on redoing this pantry, if we continue to have like those heavy things on the bottom, I am noticing that this bottom shelf is starting to warp a little bit. So we're gonna have to like build a center support for that bottom shelf. We also have a lot of wasted space like over here on the sides where it's like a solid 6, 7, 8 inches in that we could like build out a little bit and use that space as well. So when we completely recustomize it, we'll be able to get a lot more surface area in here to put stuff onto. But for now, this is where we're starting at. Okay, so while we're kind of waiting for our dream pantry to get built, we put it all back together using the items that we got, and then we also went through everything and like threw away items that it's like, yeah, they're not expired, but we're never going to use them, and it's something that we can't really donate. So we chucked all of those. We also made a mental note of things that like, hey, we don't want to get rid of these, but we forgot that we had them, so we really need to use them. So those things are all like towards the front of the pantry to make sure that we use those first, because we're very much like, I'm very much, if I see it, I'll eat it, which is why all of like my goodies and treats are kind of hidden. Also, if I know that it's open, I'm more likely to use it. For example, cookies. If I know that there's an open box of cookies in this house, I am more likely to try to snack on them throughout the day, because then I don't feel guilty about opening a new thing, right? But I also know that I have 3 boxes of Girl Scout cookies that are closed tight. I'm not gonna burst one open just on a whim to eat one, because then I feel guilty for opening them, because then now I have to eat all of them. You know what I'm saying? It's, don't ask how my brain works, that's just how it works. So let me show you what we did, and then kind of how we're gonna do things in our life to make sure that the chaos that you saw beforehand does not happen again. Okay, so still the one thing you can see that we didn't get, which I forgot, is a light for in here. So that is on the grocery list for tomorrow. Today is Thursday. We always go shopping on Fridays. So that is on the list of things to do. So from the top, we have our big Dutch oven, and inside is all of our like party supplies. So like paper plates, paper napkins. Right underneath that is my grandma's silver, which I've never used, but I cannot justify giving away 5 generations worth of silver. Then we have all of our cookware, Ziploc, so aluminum foil, parchment paper, all that good stuff. Here's our canned foods, our massive thing of pancakes. This is where our paper towels will go, but we accidentally bought the Costco size napkins for my son's birthday. So we're going to be using those for a hot minute until we use them up before we get paper towels again. Down here we have all of our peanut butters and our, ooh, let's see if we can focus there. There we go. All of our peanut butters and cereals. Up here in this little acrylic, we've got mashed potatoes, all the tunas, and then these little things I got from the Dollar Tree. These containers. You can get a 3-pack of them, of these, for $1. And in them, I have different drinks. So these are all of my Clean Simple Eats protein samples, and then all of our Crystal Light drink packages. We're going to be picking up 2 more of these drawers tomorrow because we actually really like how they look and how they work. All of my American Dream nut butters are here with the most used and open ones in the front, closed ones in the back, just like at a restaurant, just kind of working through them. Down here is all of our jellos and pudding mixes. Swinging around over here, got an empty container because it fit there, and so we have room for things to go there. All of our backup stock, I guess, of like ketchup and dressings. All the rice cakes. All the rice cakes from my shows. And then this is pasta corner back there. So you can't really see it because of the lighting. Let's see if I can lighten that up a little bit. There we go. So I found that we had like 10 mac and cheeses because, again, we had a miscommunication on the mac and cheese. And got one from Costco and one from Target, so we had like 15 of them. So we made up a box tonight, and then that hamburger helper and rice-a-roni I will be making in my meal plan next week. And then we have 3 things of pasta, so the week after I will be integrating pasta back into my diet. Our supplement shelf, so the pills stayed the same because that just like worked for us really well. And then here's our supplements. Again, this shelf we used as these are the things that are open and we need to use them. Down here are the things that are unopened. So we need to go through these ones first. We have all of our Rule 1 on the left, all of my Buff Chick here, and then supplements that we just kind of had that were like either a sale at a supplement store nearby or homemade greens we have in mason jars because the containers were just super large and unnecessary, so we made them smaller. Then over here is like sample drink corner. So we have this little spinner for all the Zip Fizz drinks. I used to be like super into Zip Fizz so much that I would go to Costco and get like the Zip Fizz pack, which is what these are. You have like watermelon, fruit punch, citrus, and lemon in here. And then we have the Crystal Lights, like the squeezer packs, which I really like. I don't drink the Zip Fizz that much anymore. It's just not, I don't know, just kind of fell off the bandwagon with that one. I also like to put syrup flavors in it, and the syrup flavors I like are only at one coffee stand, and I just couldn't justify $5 for a drink anymore that I can make at home. Back here is our Costco supply of Emergency, which we need to go through. It was a orange, tangerine, and then raspberry. Obviously like the raspberry because there's only like 5 of them left. That whole left one is the super orange. In the back 4 corner is all of my different sample packs. So these include all of the Ghost sample packs of proteins for creamies, Buff Chick sample packs when they did their samples. Rule 1 was one of the big sponsors, or actually it was more like Big Dan's Nutrition, I'll link them down below, was a big sponsor at the 3 shows that I did in April, and they have a lot of Rule 1 products, so we have a lot of Rule 1 sample packs. I do like sample packs because when I am making like creamies or just drinks throughout the day, throughout the week, there are some staples that I really like chocolate, but fruits and like lighter flavors, sometimes I just have a craving for. Like today I wanted a strawberry creamy, and I happen to have a strawberry cheesecake sample from my Clean Simple Eats packages, and so I was able to make that up, but it's not something I would want every day. These things in the front are things that are like, hey, we need to use these, they've been in there for a while, probably should eat them. Down below, got all my Buff coffee. I've got 3 of them: caramel frappe, mocha frappe, and hazelnut. I like it in mocha's my favorite, hazelnut's my second, caramel's my third. These are the unopened BCAAs. These are our greens and our thermogenics. All the protein powders that we really like. I always have chocolate on hand and banana Rule 1 because they're really good to cook with. And then in these larger containers, like I said before, you have white rice, brown rice, oatmeal. This little shelf worked out really well for drinks. These drinks are the bomb. They literally saved me during prep. Yeah, they have some artificial sweeteners, and I stopped drinking them like 2 or 3 days out from a show. but 0 sugar. I really like the strawberry and the lemon. Cherry's okay. Hate the orange. Take what you want there. So at one point we did buy out Fred Meyer or Kroger, wherever you are, of these, but now you can pretty much get them anywhere. I've seen them at Winco and at Walmart as well for $1. 10 out of 10 recommend. Also keep my backup Celsius there. All our reusable bags are on the floor. Fire extinguisher. Make sure you have one in every home, especially in the kitchen. Dog food, and then our bread basket we went through. My son has his bread for sandwiches and toast. I have my Carb Master hamburger buns for my hamburgers, which I really like. Pita bread, Carb Balance tortillas. I always like to have these on hand because they're high in fiber, and sometimes when I feel like my digestion's not moving too well, I'll use these and take the rice out of some meals, or maybe like my potatoes out of breakfast and make it a wrap instead. So I always have those on hand. There's all our white rice, and yeah, that's kind of where we are in the process. So thanks so much for watching. If this is kind of like the videos you enjoy, please leave me a comment down below. So while this isn't like the pantry of my dreams, we're getting there. This is a functional pantry. I'm not an aesthetic girly. It's just not gonna happen. I like the look of the wicker baskets, but like my husband and I were talking today, and they just like disintegrate, and if it's a basket that we're gonna be pulling in and out all the time, we're gonna have pieces everywhere, and it's a no-go. And it's kind of nice to be able to see things. Like I know I said earlier, I'm not the biggest fan of like the acrylic tubs, but who am I trying to impress really? Like there's a door on this, like I can close it if I don't want people to see inside my pantry. Like it's really not that hard. So this is what works best for us. We are both like ADHD visual people. So if I can see it, I'm gonna use it. So everything at the front is things I'm gonna use first, and things that we kind of need to weed through, especially since we did like such an accidental like large buy of Rule 1 supplements a few weeks ago. However, we are now set on supplements for quite a long time. That is until the next sale. But thanks for coming along with us today. I hope this is something you enjoy. Kind of give you a little glimpse into my life as a wife of a bodybuilder, as well as being a bodybuilder. This is what we eat. This is the staples to our lifestyle. And this is what works best for us. If you'd like to know more about the supplements that I prefer using, please leave a comment down below if that's like a video you want to see. I have made a video kind of already about the vitamins and the pill supplements I take, so like these 2 containers in the back, but I haven't really gone over like pre-workout, BCAAs, protein powders, things like that. If that's something you're interested in, please leave me a comment down below. As always, be sure to like and subscribe, and then hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram. Super easy, at Lyrical Fit Chick. But I hope y'all have a good day, and I will see you in the next one.